Welcome to another episode of the CXO Café series by Coding Ninjas 10x Club, an exclusive opportunity for Coding Ninja learners to engage with top industry leaders and gain first-hand insights. We were recently joined by Dr. Manoj Kumar, Head of Innovation at the Indian Air Force, in an exclusive live session with our Coding Ninja learners, where he shared a powerful vision of how today's young talent can contribute to the nation beyond the battlefield and without wearing their uniform. On this occasion of Independence Day, we are excited to bring that powerful conversation to you. So stay tuned to discover how you can make a real impact and be a part of something bigger.
So how do you see today's tech-savvy youth contributing to the nation in this space?
The ops indoor also, right? So there are people who are filming the missiles going over them in Punjab sector, right? See the missiles are going, our people are interacting. There are around 250 startups who are working in drone. I'm also honored to be here, and I love being on grounds. I love being with the young generation. I also consider myself young enough, but yes, so it is a privilege for me also to talk to you guys.
So surely young, happening and energetic, and same energy we would like to know from our learners. So learners, how's the Josh today?
I think you have muted them all now.
I think that sound would have been very high. That's the reason we have muted them. Okay, that's great. So we see a lot of eyes, a lot of energy, and truly, when it comes to your nation, when it comes to nation building, that energy, that patriotism is inbuilt us. So without taking any more time, we'll start this unique and very interesting session with Wing Commander Dr. Manoj Naik today. So sir, with your permission, can we go ahead with the first question?
Yeah, please. It's all yours, and I'm happy to share my learning.
Sure. So the first question is, we would like to learn from your experience, from being an engineer to Wing Commander and leading the product innovation at Indian Air Force. So can you please share your journey, how it all started and how this whole journey was?
Okay. Good afternoon again to everybody, and Jai Hind. So I'm Wing Commander Dr. Manoj Kumar. So I'm former head of product for Swarm Drone technology. So I'll be talking about Swarm Drone in our discussion further, because it's a technology which is currently very niche in nature, and it need a better elaboration and deliberation in totality. So coming way back, I was young and I joined. I'm an engineer. I'm an electrical engineer, like many of you. So I did my graduation in electrical engineering BTech, and followed that. After that, I was obviously the easier path or the choice which we all have is to join a MNC. So I was selected in Wipro and one more electrical company that is called Lloyd's. It's a home name now. So I was selected there. So I joined Lloyd's finally, because my inclination is always being in the field, learning from where actually it matters. So I joined Lloyd's, worked for almost a month or so. In parallel, there are things happening. I have applied for Army also, for Air Force, because my inclinations somehow very, very, very deeply inclined towards armed forces. So I thought, let's go there and do something. And I should say I was fortunate enough at that young age, because I personally resonate with people when you are young and you are back from your education or a technical degree. You really want to do something. I was fortunate enough to join Air Force Academy. Gone there, done the military training of 1 year. It was fun, and when I say fun, actually it still hurts. So good time out there. After that, I graduated and then picked my commissioning grant as a flying officer. So initial year, I was very much into operations. So I was handling the MiG-21's sustainment programs where things are pretty fast, pretty every day was almost a warlike situation. I was deployed on a very frontline base closer to our adversary, in particular Pakistan. So for 3 years, there was no time. I was back to back into operation, understanding what Air Force is all about, how I can contribute, what is my role, how people look at me as an officer. So practically, when you go and join from the very first day, you're practically handling a bunch of around 3,000 people around who are looking up to you for the team size. We keep calling in corporate. The same team size start with, let's say, 1,000 plus people. So they look up to you. They are ready for your order. And when I say order, it is finally they are ready for laying their life out. So things are in that volume. Post that, after 3 years of my service, then I graduated and then I got converted into explosives. As in, I'm an explosive train officer. So the Air Force has given me chance to train myself on explosive big bombs and all, which you see which fall around here and there when things happen. So fortunate enough to be there for 2 more years handling that project. After that, I was selected for handling the C-17 induction. So that was again technical along with a project management role, whereas I'm handling the C-17s, the Globe Masters. You must have seen it. Any calamity happen, anything happen across any nation, and the big bird goes and bring people out, even including currently Iran also. It was done. So I was very fortunate to bring those initial 10 birds to India in our country and making sure that they get operationalized and finally utilized for various tasks as per our ministry, PMO office, and Indian Air Force for sure. After that, then I moved towards the helicopters, Apaches, again to the program management role, and where I was handling the product also. Slowly, then I also understand that I have to build something or I have to be there where things are building up. Then with my experience and all, then finally I was given the unmanned charter. Air Force also thinking that point of time of how we can utilize this unmanned platform, because till a decade back, we have a very limited number of the unmanned available in India. Then I gone to, there's a place called Nali. I don't know how many of you heard about it. It is far toward the western sector. It is into the Bhuj or the Kutch sector. Again, closer to our beloved friend. So closer there, I was handling it. Then one fine day, I got a call with my whatever little experience I gained in armed forces. I got a call that I've been called by then current chief that you have to come and there's one program which is building up. You're come here. So I came and then I was given an opportunity to lead a program as a head of a product, that is Swarm Drone program. For almost 6 years down the line, I'm into it, and it was a very roller coaster ride. I've been interacting with 129 odd startups. Working with them is not about briefings. It's not about building product on a roadmap or on a sheet on a computer. It is building product on the ground. So we have been gone to places like all the western sector, the northern sector, Ladakh, Pokhran, the names which I think the audience will have to Google it to find out where they belong, Vantipura and all which all. We believe in armed forces that our product is not for a company or for an individual or a customer. It's our customer is practically the nation, right? So I was fortunate enough to be there and work towards it. So yeah, that was my last consignment which I was handling in uniform. Now I'm out. I'm a former. I have moved out. So I'm practically currently consulting the defects into the similar domain and into the drones. So this is what my journey is as of now, almost 15 plus years now into a different role.
The completely a very inspiring and amazing journey. And I think every youth, when you say the Apache, C-17s, the drones, it's something very exciting to one and all. But we always thought that it was, you wear the uniform and then you can go there. And that is truly saying very difficult for us. As you said in the beginning that you were lucky. I think you were very motivated that time that you got, because we all know it's very difficult to get in the armed forces. So similarly, in the next question that we have is very related. So what initially inspired you? As you said, you had that interest, but how did that interest come to join the defense forces, and how has that decision shaped your career personally and professionally?
Okay, I think it is oil. They say it. There's something called SSB. If you guys heard about it, basically it's a selection board where officers are getting selected for this particular. So it's a 5-day activity, they call it. So till date, it is one of the toughest exams as in because you 5 days and there is no standard template available. Like if you score this much marks, you will select it no. If you're very fit, they will select you no. If you're very mentally agile, they will select you no. The answer is always no. They just find some yes after a combination of so many things. They study you actually for 5 days by giving you different tasks. Like they give you aptitude also, they give you physical tasks also, they give you group discussions. So it's a 5 day. They keep you with you, found something in you. In my case, we were let's say there are lakhs of applicants who applied for it. I was one of them. Out of those lakhs of applicants, they selected 263. I still remember the number. Out of those 263, they kept this 263 for almost 5 days. And out of 263, three of us are selected. And when three of us selected, out of three of us, only two joined because one got medically down. So that's why I keep repeating it. It is a process. You need to trust it. And definitely luck play a very important part. I will definitely give it to it. The only thing which I tell your the people in your community is keep a trust. Keep your focus very clear and always trust the process. Everything moves in this world through a process. This is what I have learned for last 15 years. There are various ups and downs in my life also. It is now in armed forces, you are actually pinned down almost on a daily basis because your operations are so high risk and you are involved into things which are very sensitive in nature. So you get pinned down on it. The only thing which keep you surviving is that trust yourself and trust the process. Like you are also, I hope, Coding Ninja is also running so many courses, right? So many programs, right? So you enroll it. After that, just leave it to Coding Ninja or any organization. I left to my organization that I'm here with full dedication. Please teach me what you have to do. I will open it in arms. Like you've seen my career profile also. I never said no to anything. Whatever has come to my way, I have given my 100% to it. And slowly, doors keep opening. God will always give you a chance. There are so many doors which keep opening, opportunity keep coming to you. Keep grabbing them, and you will definitely find a place where you are destined to go. So, and your skills are the most. They are the bedrocks, right? So keep enhancing your skills. In my process, in my whole career, there are so many examinations or so many certifications or so many courses I've undertaken, which finally enable me to be there in that lot where the luck matter, right? So, so that is what is important for a human to upgrade or upskill himself. So, yeah, that is it.
And a very important piece of advice for our learners also, as Sir gave, it's your dedication and you have to trust the process. The process is never smooth, but we need to trust it and go along with it. And as we can see, a real example of Sir who has trusted that process and has reached that position. And we hope all our learners also reach that position. So, Sir, as we talked about your journey and the defense path, so there's something which we all youth and even all civilians of India, we have a very less idea of how this technology in today's time is contributing to the defense. So we see emerging technologies like AI, robotics, swarm drones, shaping the future of defense. So how do you see today's tech savvy youth contributing to the nation in this space?
Okay, perfect. This question is very aligned to my way of work for last 6 years now, and I've been interacting with so many startups. When I say startup means is directly I'm talking to you. I hope you understand this, right? I've interacted with so many people around for last 6 years, so many industry experts, ministry, government, and startup also. So startup, when I say startup, so there are so many schemes which are happening in country currently with the Make in India push, which is the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we are going global in defense production, right? And when I say defense production, when you see, let's say in current operation, which I was very part of it, the Ops Sindoor also, right? So there are people who are filming the missiles going over them in Punjab sector, right? You see the missiles are going, our people are interacting. So when you see this is not this what goes back to Mahabharata and Ramayana, right? So it all goes back. So you remember that there's a guy like you who have sat 20 years back, 10 years back, 5 years back on some code and make sure this particular missile is directly going and intersection that particular missile coming from adversary. So when I say there are opportunity available when you can join, there are 1,000 ways. First is that you can join any startup who is directly working with the defense force, right? There are startups available in drones also. There are around 250 startups who are working in drone directly with military application. It's a very big number. People are not aware of it. And these people are interns that back from the colleges directly coming and working with us. So I personally work on 1,000 plus young guns from our country working into deep tech. When I say deep tech, MLAI integrations, like I can tell you something which was handling last currently around 2 years back. We are doing multi-sensor object detection, right? So you must have seen the AI detecting cars, vehicle, humans in a camera, right? So those are humans you are breaking. Let's say in a warfare, you detect vehicular movement of your troops or adversary. You detect the post, or you detect the aircraft park in through a drone, right? So all these things happen through YOLO. You must be aware of it. People or your audience must. You only look once. This algorithm is practically enable you in detection. It's a MLAI enable algorithm, and there are so many of them. Python is another tool which is people are using, the language which is using. All these platforms or the applications are built on this basic foundation. So one way is to directly go and join any startup who directly building it. There are startup in space also. There are startups in drones. There are startup in communication. There are thousands of. Government is pushing it in very hard way. You just need to go there in that space, be around those notifications, and try to initially join any startup which enable armed forces. Learn it from there. Second is that if you have acumen enough and you are ready for opening your own startup, you can do that. Joining armed forces is also another welcome step. There are various ways through which you can join armed forces. There are technical entries, like I also join it. There are technical entries through which you can directly come to armed forces post your BTech. There are entries now, NDA, there's something called NDA, National Defense Academy, that is in Pune. They're also giving you join after 12th also, after BSc, your science background. Join in NDA at a 12th, and they will give you a degree of a BTech also. From there, you can choose various ways, including Army, Navy, and Air Force. You can go to any field from there. So yeah, if people can connect me offline also, online, whatever time they have, I can guide few people around how to punch into this particular vacancies. So armed forces are now ready to interact and learn from you guys also, because future is into the deep tech.
And so I think that's a vast opportunity, and these opportunities, I think, is more than opportunity, it's serving the nation. So that becomes a more bigger purpose. And learners, as Sir mentioned, that today there are 250 startups working behind drones. So you see the number is very high, and you can understand what are the opportunities you have. And in same way, we have the next question, sir. So we have always had this thought that defense is something very intricate for a nation. And we have this thought that it is a very close thing, which is specific to the armed forces and the government. So if you could let us know how open the defense ecosystem has become now for startups, innovators, and also technologists who are from outside the armed forces. So how has it changed, or what is the current situation there?
I totally resonate with you because I've seen that change. When I say a decade back, or let's say 15 years back, when I joined armed forces, it was pretty much a closed door organization. And we are not encouraged to interact with the people outside because of very logical reason of security and safety of the equipment and the nation. But however, I think for last almost a decade and 15 odd years, things have opened very drastically. So I'll just tell, I think your audience can jot it down. There's something called Meher Baba competition, which I was leading, which is an Air Force initiative in which we practically give problem statement to these startups or anybody. Even two guys, let's say tomorrow you and your Asta decided that, yeah, we can solve Indian Air Force problem without any company. You just pick up a jot of a paper, jot it down something and post it to Air. Okay. All else, if you form a company, group of people come together and try to solve a Air Force problem, You go there, approach them. If they found your problem is there, they'll help you not only in funding, they'll help you establishing your company. They'll help you, give you technical platforms. They'll give you technical expertise from armed forces also, how to build that particular problem. They'll give you fund also. The fund is also not small. It is 2.6 CR somewhere in a span of, let's say, 1.5 years. Obviously, they will not give you like this. It's a public fund. It comes with a responsibility. You have to keep developing something and there's something called MVP. We call it in civil, a minimal viable product or a prototype. You keep building it. They keep funding you for your development fund. There's another scheme called IDEX, which is PAN. It is available across services. It is open for all the services. So IDEX, where you practically every year they launch around 70 odd problem statements in the market, where people can just try to give their suggestion. Again, same philosophy happened. There you need to have a company through which you apply, and then company as in you can GST nowadays. Getting a GST is pretty easy, right? So people can come together and then try to find out. So keep watching these spaces. There are something called TDF also, which is given by DRDO. So now, to be very true, government has mandated armed forces also. Now I can say it because they have been mandated to approach startups. They have been mandated to approach the technology or the engineers. How our problem can be solved in-house. Right. Because procuring from outside and getting a dependency on it, we have seen it in various wars, how it backfires, right? So the solution is that have indigenous equipment. And when we say indigenous equipment, it required technical skills, it required the management and further very deep down into the manufacturing sector. So there are so many opportunities available. People can pick up, and there are pages in LinkedIn also, Instagram, everywhere. You keep looking for it. It will come. Else people can connect with me. I can guide them into this.
And I think, as we mentioned, so defense system has opened up because, as mentioned, that indigenous is something, and make in India or Atmanirbhar Bharat, which gives us an upper hand of having it made here. And learners see, as Sir has given you the skills that you require, as he mentioned about the AI/ML skills, he has also mentioned the ways you can go ahead and serve this nation through your tech and skills. So please do apply for that, because what we think is working as MNCs is also great. We don't say that it's not great. But when you go and work towards serving the nation, it gives you certainly a different feeling inside you that you are proud that, yes, I'm working for my nation. And I think Sir would also agree that this is something which is uncomparable to any other feeling of, even getting the salary in your account. May it be a 50 lakh salary, but when you see that your innovation is defending the nation or our India, that is completely a different feeling. So please go inside this, connect with Sir whenever he's free, and ask when he's available. And I think surely Sir will help you, going into this field.
I just want to add something here also. So practically, I said earlier also, I request all the people who are there in the group, please dedicate some at least 3 year, 5 year of initial age of yours. When you're entering very years, you want to do something for the nation building, right? So you develop whatever skills you have. Try to approach those ecosystem, those companies where you can build it. Money, I do understand. It is important for everybody, right? Working in MNC, they're going to give you money, definitely. I'm not saying. But the type of skill and the exposure you get by building this hard tech, deep tech, you understand how Americans think, right? Whatever they do, they think of enabling their constitution, right? So you see in Western countries, especially in America, right? So whatever is the top-notch technology, it is available to the military. The microwaves, right? They come to military first. After that, they got commercialized, right? Same thing, it is happening in our country also. I will not say matching. I will be very unfair to say we are matching them. But yeah, we are going very good space right now and very pace right now. So try to initially, for at least 5 years, not more than that, you come out of your, let's say, graduation by 22 or so, like 21, 22 of yours. Initially till 27 with no loads. You're not married, I assume you're not married. You don't need much money to survive. Try to be there, get into the ruts, try to understand the technology from where it actually matters. And after that, I think you can join any MNC, try to contribute. Your experience is phenomenally high when you go and join, right? When I interact with people, I interact from a different standpoint, right? So that edge, I think nobody else can give you, and the push from inside that you are practically serve your nation in whatever capacity, right? So that is something which is very phenomenal in me. So I urge your audience to dedicate initial 5 years if they can do it. I'll be more than happy to have this time.
So, answer, I think you have already answered my question, which I was going to ask you that we have this offers, big startups or big MNCs. So why people consider the defense? And I think you have answered it very clearly that this is the reason. It's not just, serving the nation, it's also building your skills because you get a more deep understanding there. So in similar way, sir, sorry, sir. If I want to understand, like learners also, if you wanted to understand some basic implications, if you could give us some examples, like how the new generation of developers, data analysts, and scientists, and how can the skills, contribute to the defense system? If you could give us some examples, because it gives us an understanding. Okay, these are the things that are happening, and it's exciting, and we could work on that.
Okay, let's start pick the word data, right? I think data is something which is again very hyped and which is again a very bad rock of everything. Like today, when we sit together, we sit with the data, right? You must have done some data analysis of my profile, calling me before here, right? And I also have gone through your coding ninja, what you guys do. It is all data, built on data, right? The project which I was handing it, we are talking about data as in the FOD. There's something called FOD, foreign object detection, right? Or debris. So practically anything on the runway, you understand, where the aircraft fly, the operating area, anything on the runway which is not supposed to be there is considered FOD, right? So now when you say FOD, then anything which is not available is FOD, then the data becomes very large, right? So when the data is very large, you want to detect those data FODs on the runway, right? So practically, you have to first make that database available with you. You have to label those data in a particular way, and then you have to train your models through various machine learning to detect and identify those particular items. Let's say it is a metal, or it is a stone, or it is a rubber, right? So through cameras or the various cameras or the radar, to which you have to detect, finalize it. All these things is deep tech, I'm telling you. It look very easy. It look that is from a wobbling drone at a height of, let's say, 30 meters, and detecting those small millimetric size equipments. This is something of pure data, which is matter, right? So we have labeled those data initially, and finally we come to know that still we are not able there, right? Again, the data we have to again go back. Then we moved into something called unsupervised learning, into machine learning, right? Where your data is not labeled, it is not bounded with bound. So yes, there are enough opportunity available into that domain. I'm just giving one example. So yes, people, if they want to venture into this area, enough opportunities are there.
I think that was really an interesting example, and because as our learners are also from data analytics and FSD courses, so they are analyzing data every day. But as you told this, it is an exciting thing that it's just for so many debris on the runway, and we are tracking it through the drone. So that process becomes interesting. And I think this was just one of the examples that Sir has given. There may be more. So please try to explore. And this will surely help, put your skills where you think, okay, I am the best fit for this. So try to explore all these options.
Yeah. This is something I given a civil use case, right? So when I say debris, I can convert this debris into bombs. I can convert this debris into enemy vehicles. I can convert this debris into anything.
Correct.
Right? So I cannot share much here, but there are so many opportunities available in armed forces where people are required data scientists to come on board, filter this data, make this data, any data which is not of some nature or use is finally junk, right? There's so many data available. So we need data scientists who can filter out this data for us, including adversary, and we have sufficient things available across border which we want to analyze and want to work towards. Now, I think the imagery part or computer vision machine learning is something which is very deep and very much required, right? So if the computer engineers who want to work into this area where they can work on imagery part, how they can pixelate those images and give us a data which is finally can be utilized by somebody who's non-tech, right? You can just need to click those buttons and the operation is done. So we have to move in that direction.
And same thing as we are talking about skills and we talked about technical skills that which is required. So apart from the technical skills, what do you feel that what other skills today's youth should have to go into the defense ecosystem?
I think the very basic skill, and which is very close to my thing, the commitment, right? Commitment to anything. Like if you are committed to coding ninja, please give your commitment for 1 year, 2 year, whatever programs you are doing it. And if you are committed to your like family, your mother, right? Give dedication to her, whatever she demands. If you are married, then committed to your family. The commitment is something which is very important for anybody to excel or even to learn also, right? So commitment is something which is there. And another factor which I feel it that as a human or even a soldier or anybody, you need to show up at places. You need to show up at places as in like for this webinar also. There mean so many people must have registered for it, right? However, the count is always less, right? So you are already defeated so many people in your life. Let's say there are 600 people who want to register this. Out of them, only 200 joined, right? So already defeated 400 other people. The idea is show up. So whenever you have show up there, show a commitment to a thing, I think, and keep your learning aptitude always on. Anything which you feel, see around you, think from a data point of, think from a very clear perspective where you are very rational in nature, right? You think in a irrational way and try to fit people things in a data pattern and then try to analyze. And process is the king of things, I'm telling you. You be there in the process, things will happen.
So, and summarizing this, we have like in today's time, everyone wants, quick success or short-term goals. So what would your message be to our young Indians about, the joy for building the nation and not those short-term goals?
Okay, let me accept something here, right? In front of you. Everybody loves that. When I keep telling people around me, and especially the young officers also in my organization also, everybody want to have that joy. Everybody want to have that adrenaline rush, to have those quick wins. It is important. People say it's not required. Try to see a larger goal. After 20 years, you will be here and there. I think it is good. It is good from a perspective of philosophy. However, as a human, you need immediate joy, right? You are doing a podcast with me, right? You ask me something, I don't respond in a way, then you will definitely see why I'm doing this, right? So you need those immediate joys, right? When you ask any question to anybody, how's the Josh, right? You need that small win immediately, people responding to you, right? So it is important. It is important. What I tell you is that keep those small wins under a bigger umbrella, right? You decided I want to learn coding, right? That is a bigger umbrella, right? I want to be a best coder in my company or a particular institution or for myself. I want to scale myself in a better way. Then try to break that into small every step. Today, my target is to jot down 5 points what Dr. Manoj want to say and try to study that. That is a small win. You can take it from today's, right? So try to have those small wins, but always remember there's a bigger umbrella in which you have to keep working. So that is important. So have those small wins, keep winning them, and then try to achieve the bigger goal.
And so, is there any particular moment or experience from your journey that is, that reaffirmed your purpose, and a moment that reminded you why you are building the nation and your interest in the beginning, that you had taken this career, that you were correct, that this was the career that I wanted, and I have taken the best decision in my life?
Okay, I'll tell you. When we're building, there's something called, there's a movie, I forgot the name. Christopher Nolan, forgot the name. Oppenheimer, right?
Right, yes.
So it happened, the deja vu moment happened with us when we are building this particular technology. So we were a chunk of a committee of experts of, let's say, around 10 of us, sitting in a remote place in Pokhran, doing something for what our nation wanted. And one fine night, we thought that, we are working so hard. Every day we are slotting and we are not sleeping for almost a month now for this particular task. Are we achieving something? Then one of our leader, he is a senior officer, he told that, Manoj, you will not remember this today. You will remember this after 10 years when you retire, then you are civil, then you'll decide that something has happened across the border, right? And you will feel so super proud. That feeling will come to you. And that time, please give me a call. then you will understand why you have joined this organization, what you have built it, and how it is being delivered. And trust me, I was lucky enough. I keep telling people that I'm lucky enough. I have experienced this during my uniform time, recent time. So we have developed something which has been utilized in current operation, and it was a feeling. I'm telling you, I called him at that point of time at 2 in the night and told him, "Sir, you told, and it has happened." So he was also in a different frame of mind, and I can still have that goosebumps. These feelings cannot be equated with money. It cannot be equated with companies. These are entirely different, right? People live for that. So yeah, so that moment finally I'm able to see in my career, in my armed forces career, while I was in uniform only, that that yeah, it happened, and it give you enough satisfaction of your life.
And so I'm truly saying, as you said, you had goosebumps. I honestly had goosebumps when you said that feeling that happens, that I'm sitting in my home and I know that this happened in the border and I was working with that. So that is a completely, different feeling.
Actually, that thing which give you is happiness, that your countrymen, because of you, they are enjoying the bombing, right? You've seen those videos in reels and all. People are enjoying, they're filming it. See, लाई हो रही है, देखो हमारी missile गई, हमारी ये गई. So it gives you so much of confidence. Yes, I think this was what my parents have given money for me to study tech. This is what tech is finally getting utilized. And this finally gives a technology guy, sleep comfortably in his room so that he can code tomorrow. So yeah, all this come to a circle close. Yeah.
So I'll just have the last question from our side, and then we open the questions for our learners.
Yeah, do open those questions.
Yeah. So this is a very initial or a motivating thing that we all wanted as a youth. So what's one reason you believe India's future lies in the hands of, young innovators and someone who has, walked that path of service, innovation? So what would be your final message or advice that you would want to give to them to rise to that responsibility? Because it's, as you mentioned, it's a responsibility. So what would be your message to, motivate them and tell them that they are the future?
Okay. A very big question, and I think it required so much of thoughts to reply to it. But I think one question suggestion I'll give it to including self also. It keep your learning aptitude always on. Okay, try to find out one pillar or one channel or one river where you want to flow, and try keep accumulated those small wins or small gratifications, and keep building over it. Do not lose hope. Trust the process in which you are into it. Let's say if you want to join Apple, right? Or let's say Google also, right? It will not happen one day. It will not happen today. It will not happen even tomorrow also. What will happen today is, for that particular profile, you need to do some certifications, right? You need to do some upscaling, right? Which will happen today, which is in your hand, right? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Trust me, I'm live example to you. It will click one day. It will click one day, and then you will feel, yes, I have done something. Don't lose hope. If you're not able to get into Google, let's say if you're not able to armed forces also, if you are not lose hope, it's okay. Life is very big. There are thousands, and there are so many opportunities available to you, and there is a destiny which already curated for you. You will land up there. The only thing which is in your hand is enjoy your journey, enjoy your time, and keep upscaling yourself. Whatever you are doing currently, tomorrow when you wake up, you should know that, yes, as a human, I have learned something. I'm able to give value to somebody whom I'm interacting. It should not happen. Somebody meet you, will say, "Yaar, ye to wahi hai jaisa tha pehle." It should not happen. Like, you have to upskill yourself, keep learning, and if that learning aptitude is alive in you, things will happen.
So a very, very important advice, when a very essential advice that we all should have, that keep on learning, keep on upskilling yourself. And as we have also tried from the beginning, Coding Ninjas has tried to upskill you, to help you know the tech tools. And similarly, this session was brought to you, and we were really privileged to have served that. We had explored every other domains, but this was a very big and a very essential domain that we all wanted to go. So keep learning and keep upskilling yourself. So we will, so with the permission, we'll take a few questions from our learners, if that's okay.
It's okay. I just want to tell people also, now these startups are paying very well, I'm telling you. Now people have opinion that startup will not pay you. This startups which I'm talking about, they're paying very well. The only thing is that you should have that mental aptitude and the technical skill to scale up with them. So try to find out those spaces. And if people want to connect with me, I know a good amount of founders who are leading the startups. I can patch you through them, and definitely if they found both the things get matched together, and they can go.
Sure. And
We can take the questions.
Yes. And so please, put your views, or if you want to ask, you can connect through our LinkedIn page. So that is why we said, follow our LinkedIn page, because we have connected, we have a network of such leaders with us, so who can help you in your career. So do follow our LinkedIn page. This will surely help you in your career. Okay. So we have a few questions, and there were a few questions, sir, about the criteria and the age limit also, that even if you want to go as an engineer, so what are the age limits or any criteria specific if you want to go into this field?
So for an engineer, I think there are multiple schemes which are going on, as in there are technical entry schemes available. I related because I'm into operations and product. So there is a different vertical in armed forces who handle this. That is called recruitment, and there's something called personal directorate who handle this service. And they keep changing the policies, and not very often, but let's say in 2 years time. There are dedicated pages available in armed forces. Like there's something called career IAF, career Indian Air Force. There are career Army also. Very simple. Go to Google and just type career Air Force or career Indian. So they will find a general web page of Indian Air Force, Army, Navy, even DRDO, everybody. So go to those pages where the clear, explicit age limit, what time you can join, what are the entries available are available. However, somebody is very keen, they can connect me one-to-one. I can guide them to what degree they can go. However, when you completed even in your third year of your graduation, you can join armed forces. People must be surprised to it. Even you're graduating also, you can join armed forces. There's something called the US entry scheme. I was selected for Army in the same. They come in third year of your college, they pick you up. In your university also, they pay you for your final year. You are doing your graduation, they pay you. When you finally join armed forces, they pay you money also. You're surprised to know that. So you join your final year, and in final year you are already paid as an officer. Finally, you have to join armed forces, and then they'll pay you finally. So that is entry one. Entry is available. Apart from that, at let's say 22 to my understanding 28 years, you can join armed forces in technical branch because of your 4-year degree and whatever degree you have. And there are other branches available in meteorology. There are administration branch available. So I think people from your club or your community is primarily technical in nature. So all the three forces, they have a dedicated career page. Go there, try to find out where you can fit in, and try to. There's something called FCAT in Air Force. Air Force CAT, they call it, Common Entrance Examination, through which they take the engineers in a larger on goal. And there are technical entry schemes also, and CBA, NDA is always there. So yeah, these are the options.
So, sir, it's not a question. It's just an interesting thing that I found from a chat. So, Shobik Samanta, he says that he was an dedicated Indian Air Force enthusiast, and he has worked on radar system, data links, and also DCS. But unfortunately, he couldn't clear his NDA and did not meet the IAF rules. So his passion, still remains strong, and he has also gone for taekwondo and sports. But due to some family issues, he has to leave that. So any advice from you? Because I find this learner very, motivated into this. So if you have any advice for him regarding this.
The only advice between you and me, I was lucky, that's all. So from my personal friend, I have also done enough sports, as in like I'm an Ironman athlete. I recently in 2024 I've completed my Ironman. Before that I was into ultra sports. One fine opportunity I got is that I swam the whole Ganges also, and 2600 kilometer open water swimming. So armed forces is full of adventure in professional front also, and you can do it from a personal front also. Coming to your question about this gentleman, I think it's okay. It's okay. It is just I left after let's say 15 odd years armed forces, did my work. Now I'm outside, right? Still I'm contributing. Coming on this particular platform is finally contribution, right? So keep your josh high. Whatever opportunity you get, including if you want to interact with me or anybody. Try to interact, try to bring that value and whatever your thoughts and dreams were there, right? I'll tell you one example. There was a guy who couldn't clear again, similar like him. He was working for a startup in drone only. I don't want to name the individual and the startup. However, he met me around 3 o'clock in the night. We are doing some operation, that operation, whatever. He came back and he asked a similar question to me. Sir, 5 years back, I want to join, but I couldn't clear because of my medical. And I feel today that I have finally contributed to my nation because their mission got successful and finally they were selected for next round. So he was very happy. So now, and then I told him the same thing. You are just another 10 years back to me. That's all. I will be in your shoes after some time, right? So it is not about wearing uniform, right? That is very small fraction of, let's say, lakhs of people. We have 140 odd crore people around in our country, right? 50% of the young generations, right? And there are so many things to way you meet anybody, any veteran or any soldier in your normal life. Talk to them properly, find out some way how you can help them and how you can contribute finally towards the nation building. I think that is something which we can do. Right?
So we have some common questions that, as you were talking about, that the B.Tech is required or an engineering background, technical background is required. So what are the opportunities for people from the non-tech background and how they can go into this domain?
Okay, for the non-specific branches, if you are just clear 12th, so there is no technology as in technical background required. You can directly go to NDA and then do your graduation there, do your military training also, and then finally join the 3 armed forces there. However, coming to other people who want to join, there are branches available like administration, in which the technical is not required. You can be a BA and then graduation is required for commissioning into officers. And if you want to join as a Jawan or airman, you can join after 12th also. Okay. And there are branches like meteorology, there are branches like ATC where you can directly go and serve in a non-technical domain also. So armed forces, again, it's a family, it's a big organization. So any organization is not about only technical. It is not about only operations. It is not about administration. It is a flower bouquet of all flowers, right? So we have so many opportunities available. The platform again remains the same. Go to the career page, find out there. If you are stuck up somewhere, please contact me. I'll be able to help you.
And also to add on to sir, that you all are learners of Coding Ninja. So eventually you are going into data analysis or full stack development. So that is giving you an technical edge also. So use that with your background. And we all have this thought about non-tech, and that is the reason you are all with Coding Ninjas right now, gaining that skills, even if you're from a non-tech background. So you can use that. So we have a very interesting question. And I think this is common to one and all, even me, if I would say. So Arav Sharma asked that, we don't feel like working, studying, or feel like not showing up, that motivations don't come up. So as per you, what action should we take in such phases in our life, to get back in our path and continue rather than, diverting from it?
Okay, this is very common, not to you, to us also. It happened to every human. So when you say you not want to show up, I think it happened to everybody, and it's very part of human nature, right? You don't want to go, like tomorrow I don't want to go. But I think this can be answered very simply and very complicated also. So I'll simple it for your audience. You work on your why. Okay, this I'll keep telling whomsoever I interact. Your why has to be very, very, very strong. Okay. So in my armed forces, like I used to get up, let's say 2 o'clock in the night, right? I don't want to get up. Who as an engineer, who want to get up at night, 2 in the morning, right? In my whole engineering 4 years, I never used to get up, but let's say before 10 in the morning, right? As an engineer, you do, right? When I joined armed forces, I have to get up at odd hours. And I think most of the things happen in dark in armed forces, right? All the operation practically happens in dark only. Right. So then what helped me out to show up is my why was very strong. In somewhere I know it's my order to order. They are very small thing, but every side of mine I was clear that I'm serving men. I have joined this organization with a bigger goal, right? It might not yield today if I get up and do this particular PT also. Let's say run also. So we have runs. We have so many physical exercises also in our post. it doesn't contribute today, but it contribute one day when I am required, right? And it become a habit slowly. So what I request your audience to work on your why. Why want to do this coding? What is the purpose? I want to earn more. If that is the purpose, then start working towards that. If I want to be a good individual who know coding and finally want to build some product through my coding, the why getting strong, right? So find out that why. A why for everybody is different, right? Everybody cannot be that. I cannot infuse the Josh or something to everybody, right? Everybody has a different why. So pick up your why, work towards it. I think then there's no issues. 99% we are into how and what we have to do, how we have to do, coding we have to do, we will do after learning the skills. People know that, right? If your why is very strong, why I want to do this, why I want to attend this seminar, right? Why I want to interact with Dr. Manoj. This why you have to find out. The moment your why is very clear, I think you are happy to go.
And I think this is a really good piece of advice for one and all, because that why becomes very important. Every day it happens with one and all, that tomorrow's thing we don't like to wake up or go. But I think that motivation, that why thing, I think I'll also follow, and all our learners will follow, and we will surely get that result.
It was undoubtedly a very motivating episode, and I'm sure that Dr. Manoj's words have surely sparked new perspectives and purpose in all of us. This conversation was originally held live and exclusively for Coding Ninja learners, who had the chance to ask their questions and interact with him directly. If you want to be a part of the future sessions like this, with a chance to learn, engage, and grow, click the link in the description below to be a part of Coding Ninjas and accelerate your journey in tech and data. So this was all for today's episode, and we'll be back soon with another exciting episode of the CXO Café with another top industry leader and more exclusive insights you wouldn't want to miss. Jai Hind.